Hey everyone, Sarah here with Straight Talk with Sarah and William. We're coming from our kitchen tonight. We're going to do a little cook along. We're going to attempt to make some keto garlic bread rolls. And the reason we're doing a keto bread roll is that I've been trying to do low carb, keto-like diet. I've had a lot of success with it. I lost close to 80 pounds my first go around with it. Then I got lazy, started eating a lot of carbs again, put on, about 30 pounds back on. So we're going to work on it again. But the one thing I miss the most is bread. I like having some toast, when I'm having my eggs in the morning, if I do have eggs. Or just something to go along with dinner, some type of bread. So we're going to try to make these keto garlic bread rolls. Looking at the recipe, it looks like it's mostly based off of a fathead dough recipe. So we'll give it a try. So I found it from Give Me Delicious. So I'll link the link in the show notes here. So anyways, let's start. So I've gone ahead and pre-measured out the ingredients that we're going to need. So first it has you measure out 2 ounces of cream cheese. So we'll get this opened up. And we'll drop that in the bowl right here. Then it calls for 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. Dump that in right there. So now we're going to take the mixture of cream cheese and mozzarella cheese and put them in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time. Take it out, mix it, put it back in until it's thoroughly mixed together. The other ingredients you're going to need for this recipe is 1.5 cups of almond flour. Then for some other dry ingredients, you're going to want a teaspoon of baking soda powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then 2 eggs. So this is what it looks like after the first 30 seconds in the microwave. Really hasn't melted much, but we'll give it a quick stir. And back in the microwave, we'll go for at least another 30 seconds. Okay, so now it's been in the microwave for a total of a minute. The cream cheese is starting to get soft. The mozzarella cheese is starting to melt some. So we'll stir that a little more. Scrape off my spatula. Pop it back in for another 30 seconds. So here we are at 90 seconds, so a minute and a half. It's getting miltier. So we'll stir a little bit more here. And again, we'll pop it back in the microwave. Okay, now we're up to 2 minutes of microwave time. It's getting there. Probably another 30 seconds, hopefully. Then it'll be kind of more elasticy, I guess would be the word. So let's go back in the microwave. Okay, so here we are at 2.5 minutes. Not quite there yet, but it's getting a lot closer. The mozzarella cheese is really starting to melt and don't look like individual grains of mozzarella cheese. Okay, probably another 30 seconds, so I'm guessing it's going to take a full 3 minutes to totally get it melted down correctly. Okay, so I think we finally got to the right consistency here. It's kind of just a big cheesy blob, just probably completely delicious. So now we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. So we're going to add in the 1.5 cups of almond flour. And then our seasoning mixture here of Italian seasoning, garlic powder, and baking powder. Okay, and then we'll drop in our 2 eggs. Okay, and then we're just going to stir this all together. So we want to get the cheese incorporated with the almond flour and everything mixed in here good. And if it starts getting kind of stiff on you, just pop it back in the microwave for a few seconds to loosen it back up. Okay, so I have everything incorporated together. It's come together really nicely. It is very sticky at this point, so I'm going to fill one of these bowls up with water so I can use that to keep my hands damp so it doesn't stick to it. And we'll start making buns. And so the recipe says it can make up to 8 to 10 buns, so it all, I guess, depends on the size of you make them. So we'll be right back and start making these buns. We've got our dough here, and I'm going to try using my cookie scoop to see about making them. It's about like a 2 tablespoon cookie scoop here. So I think probably 2 of these would make a good sized bun. So I'm going to dip that in water, and then I'm just going to dip my hand in some water, and then put 2 scoops in there. In my other hand, and just roll them into balls. So okay, so here are my buns I came out with. So it looks like I ended up with 9. I did read in the notes after a question that was asked that they got really kind of flat, and they said maybe pop them into the fridge for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to pop these into the fridge for 10 minutes. I'm going to get my Ninja Foodie out and get it preheated to 350, and we'll be back. Okay, so for the garlic butter rub or seasoning to put on top of the buns, it calls for 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to drop in 2 tablespoons of butter there. Then we're also going to add some garlic. I personally am a little bit lazy, so I love using pre-chopped garlic. I added a teaspoon of chopped garlic into the butter. We'll microwave this until it's melted. Then we'll coat the tops of the buns with these before we put them into the foodie. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. We have the buns or rolls here set up in the foodie. So we'll close this down. Boom. I did heat it up for 5 minutes, but we will drop the temperature back down to 350. Time says it's going to be 25 minutes, so why don't we check them at 23, and we'll press start, and in about 25 minutes we should have some dinner rolls. Okay, so they are out of the foodie. They have cooled some, and they are looking, you know, kind of like a dark brown, but still pretty delicious looking. Let's break into this baby and see what it looks like. So it kind of looks like a Cheddar Bay biscuit from Red Lobster. So let's give it a try. Definitely does have a similar taste to Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster. Would make excellent garlic bread. Cut up in smaller pieces, maybe make croutons to go on a salad. Well, anyways, thank you for watching this video of me attempting to make this recipe for the first time. So again, it was keto garlic rolls or buns, whatever. It turned out to be delicious. So until next time, this was Sarah with Straight Talk with Sarah and William.